Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. Come on, sunshine, where are ya? Anyway, even if it drizzles and rain a little bit, I'm still going to be continuing with this because once you let the genie out of the box of rare malts, there ain't no going back. Don't you just love that sound? Boom, you know. Oh, let me just pour this and then... Okay, look. Fuck it. So, I rave about rare malts all the time, and I've had the privilege of trying so many of them, and every single time it is a treat. I've had Teaninich before. I will link it up, if not just search on my channel, but this is another Teaninich. Teaninich, a little background on it, it is actually a distillery that provides a lot of the malt for Johnnie Walker Red Label. Johnnie Walker Red Label is what you get when you abort a half-grown fucking baby, okay? Like, you don't really want to do it, and then they do it because they gotta, okay? That's a terrible thing. I should have had a trigger warning on that, but whatever, okay? Instead, they should let it mature and become this. I've never reviewed this one before. I've had this before and it is fantastic. I am going to take you through it. 64.95%. Holy shit, that is going to smash me in the scrotum. 64.95%. Wow. 1972, that is an era long gone, and as I always say, if you're new to my channel, click subscribe, hit the bell, and you will see more of these ridiculous bottles on my channel. But Rare Malts is one of my favorite bottling series, but what really makes it special and unique is that it is, I always say, time capsule in a bottle. It's time traveling back to the future, or back to the past and the future. Actually, I always confuse me with Back to the Future, like Back to the Future. Yeah, anyway, but they're traveling past. Maybe they're going back to the future to fix stuff, or no. Anyway, so 1972, a different era, you know, whatever it may be. Maybe they use more coal, some wood to dry the malt, floor malting, worm tubs, before they retrofitted their distilleries with all sorts of modern shit. They actually had character, okay? The whiskies actually had character. A lot of the whiskies today just don't have that anymore because it's so industrialized and so mass-produced, more so than then, right? But anyway, let's get nosing with this beauty. Oh, Christ. Man. That excites me. Very, very excite. That excites the shit out of me. Oh, man. That rare malt smell is nothing like you ever get anywhere else. I don't know if that's bourbon or sherry. I'm picking a large portion of bourbon cask, bourbon hoggy. Pine resin, fresh print magazines, floor varnish. That's very, very chemically solventy right there, in the best possible way. I mean, that is like having a rough day. You go and get a paper bag and you spray some of that, you know, aerosol in there, and you huff the paint. That's probably what they're looking for, that smell. But instead of doing that, just have a rare malt. It's better for you. Is it? I don't know. Oh, God. It's got an earthiness to it. An earthiness like oolong tea. It is oolong tea in my opinion. That tannin and that earthiness. There's a perfume to it. It smells a little bit like Armani Acqua di Gio, that, I forget now what that perfume is. Absolute, that's it, the Absolute. I know because I use that perfume, that cologne, and kind of gets a little bit of that in there. Cedarwood. Definitely Spanish red cedar, unburnt tobacco. It is opening up a humidor. Dusty, dust, wet older books, an old blanket chest, your grandmother's old blanket chest, your old grandmother's old chest, blanket chest, not her chest, but the blanket chest. Wet wood. Wow. Oh, that is phenomenal on the nose. Holy shit. Oh, God. Man, this is a 750ml bottle. So this is actually released for, I think, the American and Asian market, but back in the day. On the back of rare malt bottles, by the way, it says mix with 1 part whiskey, 2 parts water. Please don't do that. That is just ridiculous. I don't know why they would say something that stupid. Actually, no, that's probably what they did in the past. I don't know why they'd say that. If anyone knows, I'd like to know why you want to make a highball out of this thing. But I guess back in the day, they didn't really consider it to be premium. They didn't really give a shit. They just drank it because they just drank it. Who knows? Maybe. I mean, 1 part whiskey, 2 parts water is essentially a slightly stronger highball. I'm getting a meatiness in that, like a smoked pork product. Prosciutto? No, not a smoked pork product, but a prosciutto. I'm getting a smoke, and then I'm getting pork products. You could say bacon, but it's a bit, no, bacon's a bit too smoked. Definitely a pork fat, a prosciutto, a meatiness to it, and I'm getting a hint of smoke as well. I'm not actually getting as much of that rare malt waft of coal smoke that I usually do. Not today, I don't know why, but not in this bottling. But I am getting some smoke, and I am getting pork and fat in there. When you keep nosing it, you start to reveal some herbal notes to it. I know this sounds strange, but it smells like pot smoke. Okay, like pot smoke. You know when you're in a concert and you're getting fucking everybody is just smoking pot, and you get that waft of pot smoke. I'm getting some of that as well. Some wacky backy in that. That resiny smell. But it's dusty, it's old, it's leathery, it's earthy. It's got a perfume to it. Oh, man. That is absolutely phenomenal. Man, absolutely phenomenal. Oh, God. I just want to keep nosing it all day. I just want to keep scratching and sniffing it, you know? Let's get sipping. There's power. Holy shit. Whew. Holy balls. Holy balls. Balls that are holy. Wow. Woo. Let me just digest that sensation. That is ballsy. And I'm not talking about just your normal set of balls. That is ballsy, like an anomalous genetic disorder where someone has 3 balls, okay? So you're thinking, wow, those are big balls, but no, it's not. It's just because there's 3 in there. It's 3 balls in there. So it's not big, it's just really crammed. That is ballsy. Oh, wow. Now we're talking. Climatized to it. Medicinal, herbal. It's like chartreuse. It's got licorice, aniseed, a bouquet of herbs, a little bit of rosemary. Shit, it reminds me of a Sunday roast lamb. I love lamb. I love lamb. It's like a Sunday roast, an English Sunday roast with herbs, lamb, and fat. The pork that I was smelling, it's now turned to a lamb roast, baby. Lamb roast. I'm getting a strange earthiness. Let me take you through first. It's dusty. It's wet paper, wet cardboard, old rotting wood, rust, wet stones, like in a hot day by the river, wet stones. Man, there's like a herbalness to it, like definitely licorice, aniseed licorice. The palate just coats the mouth like any rare malts, but this is just some heat. There's some heat to this, some proper heat. Jalapeno chilies. There's actually a heat that lingers on the palate. Initially it's a jalapeno green chili heat, and then it's followed by a ginger. Not candied ginger, but ginger. Just plain old ginger heat and warmth in the palate. It's got a hint of vanilla, some burnt brown sugar. That is a very different rare malt I've ever had before. That is probably one of the more challenging rare malts I've had of recent time, actually. And I guess the ABV is pretty, it's up there, but that is a very challenging rare malt. There is a strange savoriness to it that I can't put my finger on. Holy crap. That is a hell of an experience. It's like I'm having a bowl of Sichuan noodles. That is spicy, that is hot, but at the same time, my endorphins is kicking in. It's like having a hot noodle Sichuan soup, you know what I mean? Like you're kind of like, wow, that's a challenge, but afterwards you're just like, whew, you're sweating a little bit. That is fantastic. I mean, is it the best? Is it the best rare malt I've had? No, I wouldn't put it all the way up there. But man, it's a rare malt still, and it's a hell of an experience. I'm really enjoying it, but it is super challenging. Super challenging. Oh man. Holy shit. That is super challenging. Wow. And I was going to add water to it and take you through that, but I thought, no, I won't. You can do that. I don't want to do that. I've stopped doing that. I've stopped putting water in things because I want to taste what they are like as is. I don't believe in putting water in whiskey, not because I don't think you should do it. Okay, I'm not going to lie, I don't think you should do it. I don't believe in the water in whiskey because I want to taste it for it as is now. I used to do it, but not anymore because, look, just get used to it, get used to the cask strength, and then try it out. But if you want to put water in it, let me know your thoughts. If you've got one of these, or if you find one, put water in it, and you tell me, because I don't want to do it. Because sometimes when you put water in it, it's a 50-50 for me. Every time I put water in it, it's 50-50. It either fucks it up or it makes it better, and I don't know. So I want to drink it as is. But this is a ridiculously challenging and powerful bottle. I mean, this is powerful as shit. I mean, like I said, ballsy as hell, but not just 2 big balls, but 3 medium-sized balls, which equates to more than 2 big balls. You know, that is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Cheers.